Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and we're back for a nice little live feed here on this Wednesday evening. I want to kind of start talking about some issues that I see when you travel with friends and when you travel with family and multi-generational families. Okay, it's grandma and the kid, grandma and the parents and the grandkids and the grandparents, the parents, the kids. But there's also some similar issues that when you travel with your friends, you have that same issue, and a lot of it will come down to, like anything in life, it comes down to money. You're going to have some budget issues when you do travel. And so, what I kind of want to go through is a very important conversation that people should have before they travel with non like your kids or something like that, or because you need to talk about budget. You need to say, hey, look, where do you want to go? How much do you want to spend? How much can you spend? Because that's where you're going to have a lot of issues between people traveling together, because maybe you want to spend a lot and they don't want to spend a lot, or you want to go to the nice restaurants and they want to eat as cheap as possible every single day. And that's where you get a lot of little resentment on trips, because people think, well, I'm spending all this money and and you're not spending this money or something like that. And so that can be a really big issue. So to avoid that, I think one of the most important things you should do is really have that discussion before you go. Before you buy the tickets, you need to talk, say, look, what do you want to see in this place? What do you want to do in this place? And how much money are you looking to spend? Because the thing is maybe you have a friend that doesn't have a lot of money, or maybe you don't have a lot of money and you're going with a friend that has some more. It might be a good idea to have that conversation. Say, look, it's okay for you to do your own thing some days and I do some of the things on my days. Because we just did a talk today at a public library, the Champaign Public Library, and we had a whole discussion about the importance of just discussing the budget and discussing these things when you're traveling with people, because otherwise you can have some really big headaches and big fisticuffs, not necessarily fisticuffs, but really upset feelings and hurt friendships and hurt families, feelings, because one person is kind of domineering things or the money's not going the same way. So I really want to kind of talk about that for a little bit before we get into the questions. But before I get too far into that, I do want to say hi to all the people: Jack, Eddie, Asher, Nate, Timo, Fizzy Pop, Anissa, Jordan, American Fairy, Abraham Lincoln. Hey, you're still back. Marmalade, Eric, Sarah, SNW, Tatiana, Travel Rocket, Jack, Austin, Asher, Tracy, OG, Lynn, Edward, Stainless, Shannon, Piazzano, Venetia, David, Planet, Stephanie, Randy, Mr. Real, American Values, Life of Where Weary Travel, and Eva. I want to say hello to everyone, and hi Nina, that's getting on there too, in the door for the Farm Hammer. Good to see you all back on here. So I'm glad I could say hi to a few of you before I get back into this. Carlos, greetings from Lafayette, Indiana. I was just in West Lafayette yesterday, actually, meeting some friends of mine that work there at Purdue. So nice little place there. Hey, Naomi in Western Australia, good to see you. Joss will be here in a little while, but she's going to be here in a bit, so we'll have some more talk. But I wanted to get into this really important kind of subject of making sure you have the discussions when you're traveling with friends before you go, in terms of the budget, who's paying for what, how are you going to divide things up? Because I have a friend of mine, and we have kind of similar travel budgets. So what we'll end up doing is, like, I'll buy dinner one night, he'll get lunch the next day, and we kind of go back and forth. And we actually travel with our families, and so we'll do the whole thing back and forth, so it works out okay. But I've also had times where we travel with friends that like they will buy, they'll drink water and have nothing to eat at the restaurant. It gets kind of like weird. Like, dude, you want some of my friend? No, I don't want to spend any money. I'm like, then why did you go on the trip? And I think if we would have had the conversation before that, look, we want to eat. We're in an eating city like a Paris or New Orleans or New York. We really want to eat well, and you're with a friend that just wants to go to Aldi and just eat that way. I mean, that can really cause some problems. So make sure you talk about those things. Another issue I've seen with the multi-generational travel is a lot of times, like, maybe grandparents are paying, or one of the levels is paying for it, whether it's grandparents or grandkids or parents in the middle. And it kind of feels like that generation, since they're paying, they should be able to decide everything that happens. And the thing is, that is not a way to do it. You have to get input from everybody and make sure everybody is having a say in what they're doing. Because a lot of times it's the grandparents paying, and you think, well, the grandparents want to do museums and sit at a cafe, but you got a 10-year-old kid, it's not going to work. Or maybe grandma just wants to go shopping all the time, and you don't, and there can be some real resentment there. So I just want to get that out there, because this is a really it was a really good topic. We had a discussion in our talk today at the public library, and I just wanted to just put that up on there. Okay, so now I will get into the questions that are over there, so we get into those things. So I do apologize, but I just want to get that out there so people can have that conversation, because a lot of people came up when we discussed it and were like, we never had that conversation. I think that would have helped our friendship, or it would have helped my relationship with my mom. That this mom and son were there, and they were awesome, and so we had a good talk about that. So there was some good stuff there. All right, let's go get into some of the questions. Timo, can you adopt me, please? I've already got 2 kids and a dog. I don't know if I have time to love you. I mean, I love you because you'd be my son or my daughter, but I don't know if I have enough time. There's plenty of love, but I don't know if there's plenty of time. Brian Johnson, is Brussels a good city to visit for an afternoon? Go to the main square and go see the Mannequin Piss and head out. I mean, you're better off going to Ghent or Bruges in Belgium, or heading to the Ardennes, because there's some really beautiful small towns throughout Belgium. So there's some good stuff to do there. Let's see. Travel Rocket. What was Travel Rocket's question? Travel Rocket, what was your question? I've seen like 3 of your things, but I haven't seen your actual question back up here. Okay, so Travel Rocket writes, I have a question for you. Can you please answer it? I'm going to Europe and I'm going on a one-way ticket. I know it's visa free for 90 days. Do you think they may make me buy a return ticket? Okay, so it depends where your passport's from and stuff like that. If you can prove you have some credit cards and you have the money to buy your stuff to get back, I've gone on one-way tickets and haven't had any issues. It depends where you're flying from. If you're coming from the U.S., they're most likely not going to ask anything. Sadly, if you're coming from Africa or South America, they might ask, okay, because that is one thing there. But as long as you have proof of funds, usually you're okay. And then if you know how you're going to get back, like, look, I'm one-way ticket here, and then I'm training out into some other place. Just tell them the truth, what's going on. But I've never been asked personally, so there is that. But some countries though do ask you for that. Now Europe, I haven't had that, but other places do require that you have an exit ticket as well, and they might not let you in unless you have that, or you got to buy something. And it could be that you just have a reservation or itinerary showing these things. You maybe don't actually buy it, but at least you have it. There is one of those things there. So. Travel Rocket, I hope that helps you out. All right, so going back to new questions. John Barry, hey Mark, I love all your videos, especially when Josh and your kids are in the videos. So do I. They do make wonderful assistants and helpers. Hopefully my lovely assistant will be here eventually. So that's really nice. So I'm glad to hear that. Milwaukee, I'm trying to get up your way. It's either later this year or early in the summer. Okay, Travis asks, where in the U.S. will you go next? Well, we're going to do a few trips to actually Georgia. We're going to be in Savannah. We're going to be in Atlanta. We're going to be in Athens. We're also going to Santa Fe, New Mexico. I was just in Indiana. I'll be in Illinois. And what else? I have a few more, so we'll do some of those things there. So we have that. Shannon McClure, have you ever been to Belo Horizonte? Or Belo Horizonte? Yes, I have. Really cool modern architecture there when you do go there, like mid-century modern kind of architecture. Not mid-century modern, but like it was in the middle of the century and it was modern at the time. There's some pretty cool stuff there, so you'll see some pretty amazing architecture when you're there. Jocelyn really loved Belo Horizonte. I like it. My actually host mom from Brazil is actually from there. I like Minas Gerais, the city, or the state that it's in. That city has a lot of really good stuff to see, from Ouro Preto, Marina. Mariana, my words. My lips aren't working right now. I need a drink here. So there's a lot of really good stuff to see there. Probably some of the best food in Brazil. So you have a good time when you're there. Let's see. Best alpine town in Austria. If you can go in the winter time, I find like Hallstatt's really nice because it's on the lake. It's kind of tough to get to, so sometimes it's just easier to do the old standbys of Innsbruck and Salzburg, which isn't really alpine, but it gives you some stuff like that. Jocelyn is here, so if you'd welcome my wonderful and talented and amazing partner in crime, that would be great.
Hi.
When are we going to Dubai? We're not sure yet. We are looking into getting there. We're checking out maybe January, because we're kind of up in the air what we're doing in January, so we'll see how it goes, but it is on our schedule to get there. There is that. Doe Cliff going to Chicago in September. Art Institute of Chicago, the Field Museum, the Museum of Science and Industry.
September, you
are all
can
good.
maybe get to a Cubs game still too, depending on when you're there and how long they're playing.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if you can wear shorts. It was a guy. I think his name was Michael. If you can wear shorts in Europe, You can.
Yeah.
Don't wear basketball shorts though. Wear decenter shorts, especially as if you're over, let's say 25.
Yeah, because people sometimes get upset. Venezia David, thank you very much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for your great travel videos. Venezia, sorry. Yeah, I can't see the picture on the thing. So thank you for that. Thank you for your great travel pics. It gives me confidence to go places I haven't been to before. Much appreciated. You are very welcome. I'm glad we can help out. We really enjoy when people let us know that we've been able to help them. And lately, we've gotten so many people that have written to us to say thank you. It's just been an incredible feeling. It's just wonderful. So thank you so much. Brian S., have you done Australia? I was an exchange student there in high school, and we do need to get back. We were looking to go this December, but we don't have a baby coming, not us, but my sister-in-law has a baby on the way. So I think we're going to try to stay here and have baby's first Christmas because we're getting old and all our kids are old. So we want to enjoy like a baby Christmas, when we get a chance to. So I think we'll be there. So that's why we're looking at something shorter, maybe Dubai or Colombia, Panama, something like that. We're not sure yet. So we're just trying to figure out our January trip.
Trini German, is an international driver's license required for Germany, the UK, and Italy? No. If you have a U.S. driver's license, that's fine. We always do get one every year at AAA. It's like about $20 or thereabouts, and you go grab one, and it's good for wherever. So we always have them. Because like places like Greece require it, and they won't rent you a car otherwise. So it's just easy. It was like $20. You take a picture. Timo, thank you very much for the super chat. Also, Def Leppard rules rock. Yes, they do. Pour some sugar on me every time. Crank it up. Are there mountains in Oslo, or should I rent a car to hike Norwegian fjords? So by Oslo, there's not mountains there. There's hills and there's pseudo fjords, but not like the amazing wow fjords. I mean, it's cool. You can take a boat trip out and see some of the stuff. But if you want to go into those, rent the car and head out in there and head out. Gas would be fine. You'll be expensive to rent the car, but it'll be a beautiful trip. So that's what I would recommend you do, buddy. Grady Pierce, are you going to Colorado in a few weeks? Have you ever been? If so, what are the best places to go and see? So I've been a lot when I was younger, before Mark, and I really love Estes Park. Before me? I did. I had a life before you.
I didn't.
Pretty good one. I'm sorry, buddy.
I know I ruined your life. I'm sorry.
Sorry, hun. Anyway, I love Estes Park. It's my favorite place in Colorado. So I don't know. I can't think of anything else. It's just a great place to explore. There's so many wonderful places to see. Do a little bit of research and you'll find a lot that suits you.
So thank you, Joey Kitty, for the very kind words. I appreciate that. Ryan Fay, best day trips from Spain's major cities, Madrid, Sevilla, and Barcelona. So from Madrid, I would do Segovia or Toledo. Those are your two, and they're super easy to do. You can both those each do 2 different day trips. I actually recommend do both those day trips from Madrid. If you're in Sevilla, I like going to Cordoba, but Ronda's also nice. It's a bit farther, but Cordoba's an easy. You can take the fast train, be there in 45 minutes or an hour, and go see La Mezquita. That's really nice. Barcelona, you're basically going to the beach. There's not a lot of really close. There are some close day trips, but if you're looking for a Spanish city to go to and do the day trips, I would go there.
Bread, but I think that might be a little bit far too.
That's too far for the things.
Yeah, that's a spend the night kind of trip.
So someone was asking about Kyoto. We really loved Kyoto.
It's cool.
And someone said there's a lot of tourists there. Yes, there are a lot of tourists there, but it's like an organized tourism kind of thing. So you will be fine. We loved it there. So that was a really cool thing. Melissa Marconi, thank you very much for all the love. We're hoping to get to Australia. Sadly, not this December, but the next December. So we've looked at the kids' kind of school schedules and how the holidays fall, and that one will actually work better. So we can get the kids out of school, they'll have longer holidays, and it won't be as bad on their grades. So because our oldest will be that year, he'll be in 8th grade. So when high school comes, I'm not taking him out.
We got to be a little more careful and judicious about how we travel then. Yeah, Travis Friesen, when are you going to do Alaska? Actually, my friend Carson. She's another YouTuber. She's fantastic. She's a wonderful lady. She's actually there right now, and I'm like, I wish I was there. It's so beautiful. But I don't know when we get there. I was actually looking at stuff for my mom. We've talked about doing an Alaskan cruise, but dang, they're expensive. So I don't know how that's going to happen, but we definitely want to go. I mean, it looks so beautiful. So. Yeah. And the thing is, if you go in September, well, actually, September used to be better because all the kids are back in school, but it does get a little chilly. It's a little chilly at that time. So, hey, I love Rome. Thank you very much for the super chat. That was really nice of you. I love Rome too. Yes, we love Rome too. Hey, Jocelyn, would you share with us what's in my travel makeup bag kind of video? Yeah, my travel makeup bag. I can tell you right now, it's pretty light. I'm a mascara girl. I never go out without mascara, so there's always mascara. There's always an eyeliner and
Foundation.
foundation. You're so good. Look at you knowing something. And maybe like a compact that is like several colors of pinks, so it can be blush, it can be like an eyeshadow, whatever. So it highlighter, it can kind of do a bunch of different things, and that's about it. I don't really take much else. I do, however, take care of my skin as close to the same here as I do on a trip. So like I essentially use the same like moisturizers and things like that, so that so much changes as you travel, and your hair and your skin and your nails, they all kind of get a little haywire. So if you can keep it close.
Yeah, I mean, I can see my nails how they get. So sorry. I was being serious.
Oh, you were not.
I was. I mean, I can tell my fingernails are like weaker when I go.
Oh,
yes.
Did they get messed up?
Anyway, so back to some other people here. Anthony LeMay said, "Thank you for speaking to the ethical dimensions of Airbnb rentals in your last live stream. Very important to consider. It really is." Yes. And actually, I'm putting together a little bit more serious video to talk about that, and it might actually just be on the Professor Wolters channel, because I want to talk about some of the business side of it and the economic impacts of it, which maybe doesn't go on the travel side, but I'm debating which one to put it on. But we're working on that one right now.
Go on both.
Yeah, that's true. I could do two different dimensions of it.
Yep.
Doe Cliff, thank you very much for the super chat. Very cool that you're wanting to go move to Portugal. You're not sure where to begin. I would start with looking like, are you looking to work? Are you looking to retire? These kind of things, because if you're looking to retire, the very south of Portugal, there's tons of like Brits and Germans that have moved down to retire from there.
I thought I saw something zip by earlier about Porto, and I don't know if it was him, but somebody wanted to move to Porto.
Porto is a fantastic city. It's a very young, vivacious city.
It's artsy. It's really eclectic.
Yeah, and though it has a lot of tourism, the city hasn't lost its heart, the center of the city, the charm to the mass tourism, like Lisbon's lost a little bit too. So that would be a good thing to start with. And when you go get your visa, realize they might change the rules while you're sitting there in front of you. So have a heads up for that one. Other things, Giovanni Martinez, thank you very much for the super chat. You're going to Jamaica in August. Any advice on must-dos? I actually just put out the shocks of Jamaica last week, so there's that one to help you out. I've got the don'ts that I'm actually adding together now, so hopefully that'll be out in the next couple weeks, so that can help you out. One thing I would say is don't go drive by yourself. Have a local guide drive you around. It'll save you a lot of headaches, and you're going to see so many more things, and you'll be a lot more safe when you're doing that, so that's what I'd recommend.
And when you hire a guide, look at the tour company and see, hope that they're like local. We used Holiday Services Jamaica when we were there, and it's my friend's family. It's their company, so it was our friends. But they were really good. But the thing is that they're local people running it. A lot of the tour companies, and this is throughout the Caribbean, it may have local people working there, but it's not owned and run by locals, so they don't really care as much about your experience, and so you may not get as good care.
Yeah. So one person wrote up there, lost the name there. For coming from the U.S., how long should you stay in Australia to make it worth it? For me, at least 2 weeks. Like that's like for us, we're looking at if we're going, it's got to be at least 2. We're probably going to go for 3.5 weeks. I mean, then it really makes it worthwhile because you're going that far. Because remember, when you fly over, you lose an entire day. Now, when you come back, you're like time travel and get back like before you leave. But that is one thing. It is a long, long way to go. So you do need to make sure you're thinking about that.
Paul Doyle hitting up Amsterdam in August for 6 days. Any tips? Don't spend it all in Amsterdam.
Yeah, if you want to save
not at all.
Yeah, if you want to save some big coin, go stay in Harlem or go stay in like Leiden or Utrecht, and you can get into Amsterdam in like 20-25 minutes. Save yourself a lot of headaches, problems. You'll see like real Holland, real Netherlands versus like all the tourists and stuff like that. So that would be one thing I would say.
The Rijksmuseum is absolutely incredible.
In Amsterdam, it is really, really great. Eiler Window, Brant, good to see you, buddy. Might be heading up Vietnam for work in the spring. Have you been, and have you done a Shocks of Vietnam video? Sadly, buddy, I have not. We have not gotten to Southeast Asia. We will get there eventually. We just haven't got there yet because that's another one. It's so far to go. We want to be at least 3 weeks to a month there. And when the kids have the time, it's rainy season and that would be not a time to go. You're going to go in the spring. You'll be lucky because usually rainy season starts about mid-May in the south. So you should be okay if you're there in the spring. So that'll be when you're okay there.
Hola, Henry.
Kay Harper.
Thank you.
Jocelyn, we like Jocelyn's hair too. Def Leppard Rules Rock. Thank you for the other super chat, my friend. Mark, what is your craziest hostel story? The hostel stories. I
want to know about that too.
I don't have too many
Good
crazy
job.
hostel stories, but no. I do remember like how impressed I was when I was in Santiago, Chile. How like amazingly clean and nice the hostels were there. And when I was there, it was a bunch of New Zealanders and Europeans, and I was the only American that was there. And the Prodigy were actually in town. That's how long ago it's okay. The Prodigy had a concert when we were there, and so we all went out. We partied during the day, went to the concert, went to the all the stuff, went out afterwards. I got back, got to my hotel. I'm like, all right, I gotta go. And even back then, I knew to pack my stuff beforehand, so I had my stuff ready. Headed to the airport. Got to the airport. Not thinking. I mean, it's hostel time. I just got my stuff and left for the airport. Got to the airport. They're like, sir, you don't have a ticket for today. I'm like, what? Did I sleep for a whole day? Like, I was so out of it from the party and stuff. And they're like, no, your ticket's for tomorrow. I'm like, oh, but I have to get back today because I was studying abroad at the time. So I had to get back for the exam because the professor's like, if you're not here, you fail. I don't care if you're in the hospital, you're taking it. I'm like, ah. So I remember like freaking out, like begging the people, like, because my Spanish was like okay then, but like I was like, just please, I just got to get back. And so they ended up getting me the last flight, like something like midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning flight back. I remember they got me in. I got into Buenos Aires at like 6 in the morning, and the class was at 8. And I literally got to the exam with my backpack on my back from traveling to take the exam. And I'm like, oh man. So it wasn't really a crazy hostel story, but it was one of when I was in the hostel, stuff like that. I mean, I've had the ones where the people are hooking up on the beds and stuff like that and all those things, but nothing too crazy that I remember. OG, my buddy, where'd he go? OG, thank you for the super chat. What's your favorite, the Louvre, the Met, or the Prado? Ooh, that is a tough one.
Thank you, OG.
Thank you, OG, for that, for the hair, but also for the super chat.
I love the Louvre.
I mean, honestly, I love them all. But I think for me, I might go for the Prado in Madrid. I just really love it. Jocelyn hasn't been there yet, so she can't say.
There, so I can't
but I love Rubens, and they have really good Rubens collection and stuff like that. So that draws me a lot there. But I mean, the Louvre you can never go wrong with. Met is fantastic. You can spend days there. And also it has a more eclectic collection, like with the Egyptian stuff that's there and things like that. So
the dog just
there is
my
that.
Face.
I'm sorry. Cheryl McNeil, I'm glad. Thank you for following us for so long. I really appreciate it. Ben Griffin, what would you guys say about going to Madrid in February? Flights are super cheap, so I'm thinking about it. You can go then. It will be a little chilly. Like it does sometimes snow there, so be prepared for that. Don't think it's beach Spain. You'll be fine. I've been there.
It's nice.
But it's nice. I've been to Madrid in every single month of the year, and it's always been a fun time. I've taken students in December, January, February. I've visited other months too. You'll be just fine. And where the prices are that good, don't pass it up.
Anissa, I'm sorry, I'm going to mess up your last name, so I'm just not going to say it. Planning first 2-week trip abroad to Europe. Holland tulips are a must. Willing to fly in, it's so open jaw kind of ticket. So suggestions. If you have to do the flowers, I did the tulip thing with my girlfriends, and it was the first week of April, and they weren't quite ready yet. If you can go like the third week of April is probably your best bet. I was shocked at how few people were there. I thought it was just going to be jam-packed, but it really wasn't. And I'm going to tell you my thing for we went to the Keukenhof, and it's lovely. Get there first thing in the morning. You'll be the only people there, and it's wonderful. But you can rent a bike outside the Keukenhof. You don't even have to go in the Keukenhof. You can just rent a bicycle outside of that and just ride for just miles and miles and miles, and just fields of flowers everywhere. And that is just as glorious as going inside the Keukenhof. So that would be my best suggestion.
So teased by Toker, no, I was not in politics in Kazakhstan unless they use my image.
Mark does not.
Don't vote for this guy. Vote for the other person because he's a weirdo.
Mark doesn't even talk to me about politics, let alone anywhere else.
There's that. So Travel Rocket, I answered your question. We had a long talk about this early on. You should be fine. Just make sure you have credit cards to show them you have money to sustain yourself. If you're flying from the U.S., okay. If you want to have the longer version, this will be up in about an hour. You can watch it again. I have a long talk about it, okay? Excuse me. Michael Mon, buddy, thank you, man. Good to see you again. Thank you for the super chat. Hi, Mark and Jocelyn. Thanks for all the travel tips. Just got back from a New Orleans trip with my adult daughter.
Very cool.
Cool. I find that each trip I go on now, I review the past videos. Really helpful.
Oh.
I'm glad we can help. And the thing is, we have some videos from places that are 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. We've been doing this for a while now. And a lot of times... Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's been 10 years. 10 years. And you've only gotten more beautiful, and I've only gotten balder. Anyway, but that's one of the things is a lot of the love and hate. So most of that stuff really kind of sticks, and I'm glad they can still be helpful when people going on their trips. That's really nice.
Michael, I just want to say I think it's great that you're going with your adult daughter. We both love traveling on our own with our parents. We find that, even if it's just a short trip, it's really great for us as adults to spend time with our parents. And on our own without the kids or the spouses or anything, it's really great for your relationship. So kudos to you.
Okay, so Dan T, Poland question. We're going to Europe next December, January. Poland will be just a stop for a few days. Best way to get from Warsaw to Krakow to go see Auschwitz. Take the train. It's very simple. They're almost hourly, I think. I actually took them last summer, and it was no problem at all. Easy thing to do. Josh Parks, hey, thank you for the super chat, my friend. We want to do 2 weeks in Europe in January. Where should we go? So the question, Josh, if you haven't gone before, 2 weeks will give you time. I actually have a video. 2-week or 10-day itinerary in Europe, and basically you're going to fly into London, then you take the train down to Paris, then you can fly over to Prague, and then fly down to Rome. Now, that's a lot to do in 2 weeks, but it's definitely doable, and you can see a lot of stuff. If you want to keep it a little bit more compact,
pick a smaller region. I think that's really
that's a lot. But if you use like EasyJet and stuff like that, you get around for relatively. You can do it. But maybe like drop one of those cities. Maybe just do Paris, Prague, and Rome, or something like that. That might help you out. But I would definitely, for you, I would do a fly into one country and then fly out of the other country, because the price difference in the tickets aren't that much anymore when you do that most of the time, and stuff, especially if you're going in January. It'll be well worth it, because then you don't have to backtrack and lose one of those days.
I would like, me personally, in January, I would like to see like maybe Austria, and then you can go down to Prague, and even over then to Budapest and that kind of thing, because those countries are just really lovely in the winter. So that's me. I would pick like something destinationally nice during the winter.
Yeah, because there are some really places that just shine in the winter, like, going to the Alpine countries and stuff like that. Just so much nicer. Jesse Graham, we actually pay for this, like the ads that run in before YouTube videos and after YouTube videos and middle of the YouTube videos. YouTube puts those in there, but they share the ad revenue with the creators. But not every creator gets that. It's only if you have a certain number of views and a certain number of watch time. Like this channel, we have ads, so we make a little money off of that. But like my channel up there isn't big enough, so it doesn't make any ad revenue. So that's where the money comes to be able to travel. So there's that. And from awesome super chats and stuff. And it's not,
and also because
this
is our priority. Travel's our priority. It's not like having a really nice car. We haven't had cable ever. Except for those 2 years we lived in Portugal, because
that came with the apartment.
We didn't have to pay for it. So that's kind of like a big thing, is just prioritizing your money.
Yeah, so we don't go out to eat very often. We eat more at home. And because it's like, well, I could go out and eat at the Italian restaurant here, or we could save up and use that. And and when we can make pasta here, we have our friends that have taught us all those things. So that's one of the things we do. Louise, hey there, fellow traveler. Good to see you. Olga, good to see you again. Mohammed, good to see you, buddy.
We're thinking about Egypt. We've been having a chit chat about that.
Yeah, we're looking at that one. That's the one where I have my guide. Where did I have it?
It's up here.
It's over somewhere. I got the guidebook now, so we're setting it up. We're debating like the days to kind of split up like about a 10-day, 2-week trip. So we're working on those. Olga, I'm glad that you liked our Chicago Don'ts videos. I'm glad I could help out.
Top must do in New Orleans. Ooh,
sorry, I'm losing this stuff, so don't forget, like what you see over here is different than what we see. So our stuff comes up like I just had about 400 go by, so
it was a big jump.
Yeah. You pick a question, I'll answer. So my 3-day vacay. Thank you very much for the super chat. There was no question with it, but I'm glad. Thank you very much. It was really nice of you. Caroline P. What to do with 2 days in Vienna? Schönbrunn Palace. You go in there. Do not do the long tour. Do the short tour. Okay, when you're there, see the gardens there. Go to Stephansdom, St. Stephen's Cathedral, and go to the catacombs tour underneath. They're hourly and they're in English, so you can do that. Then what else? Oh, you have to have tea. You have to have coffee and cake at one of the cafes there. That's a must.
Stop
Papa
at that
Joe,
too.
thank you very much, buddy.
Jothi Tan, the shoes I wore in that video, they're Piccolinos. I bought them in France, but Piccolinos are international. They're made in Spain. I love Spanish shoes. Papa Joe, is that where you were going?
Yeah.
We're going to Lisbon and Porto in February. What other small towns would you recommend that are close? So I love Évora, and I like Guimarães is where Portugal was founded. It's kind of cool.
And Guimarães is
that's
by
up
Porto.
near Porto.
Yeah. So if you're looking by Porto, Guimarães and Braga are probably the two best day trips.
Beautiful.
From Lisbon, Évora is really cool.
What's the other one?
Sintra. There's Sintra.
No, inland toward Évora, like in that.
Going up Coimbra? Tomar. Tomar's in that. Yeah, Tomar's got a UNESCO.
Tomar's got and it's got a cool thing with like the Knights Templar and stuff. So those would be my picks.
So D's by Torque. Apparently, people aren't like hearing when I've answered their questions. So
Mark
T by Torque. I was not in politics in
Kazakhstan.
So thanks, Avery. Sending some love to you in California. Avery, we live chats. I don't know. It depends. Like when we're out traveling, sometimes we can't do it because we don't have enough bandwidth and stuff. We try to do at least one a month. Sometimes we'll do two a month. It just depends. We hadn't done one I guess we did one a couple weeks ago, but I know this is still like busy travel season, especially Europeans are going because like August is the big travel month. So we're trying to do a few more of these now in the summer because people have a lot more questions. So we're trying to do that.
Sadia Ali, I'm planning on doing a multi-country trip next winter. What's the best way to plan out flight travel route? Is there a way to tell which cities are cheaper to fly into? Yes. So you can do that by looking, Skyscanner is really good and Kayak are good. I like Skyscanner a lot, but when you're searching for those things, turn off your cookies or search incognito mode or secret mode, one of those things, because then they're less likely to jack the prices up on you. The dog's begging to go potty. Let me.
Right. So I'll answer some of those. Avery, back in. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Hey, guys. Was wondering if you have any general travel tips. We're staying in Greece, Italy, England, France, Germany, and Spain for 2 months. Okay, you don't have to pack a lot. 5 tops, 5 bottoms. You can buy plenty of clothes when you're there, and you're going to be a lot of places to buy some stuff, so just do that. You'll fit in better, and when you go back home, you'll have cool outfits from all over Europe. That would be one thing I would say. Also, make sure if it's 2 months, you're going to get burned out, okay? So make sure every, 6 days, make sure you have some new do nothing days planned into it so you don't get burned out where it just becomes, oh look, another church, which actually can happen. So do have a heads up for that. Henry Martinez, buddy, good to see you. It's been a while. Hey, Mark and Jocelyn, buenas noches. Buenas noches, mi amigo. Creo que todo está bien contigo. Is 2 weeks enough to see most of the UK, such as Dublin, London, Edinburgh, Cardiff, and Dublin? Ooh, you're pushing it, buddy. Like you could see, like in 2 weeks, if you have your own car, you can get London, Stonehenge, Bath. I mean, I would do like Snowdonia and some of the nature stuff over Cardiff. But Cardiff's a nice city, so you'll be fine there. Then you're heading up to the north. You're getting York on your way up in the Lake District and then up to York, and then you get to Edinburgh, then flying over to that, man, you're going to be pushing it, man. I mean, if you just stayed like in England, Wales, you could get a lot of stuff, and maybe some of Scotland, but you're going to be pushing a bit much, buddy. And I know you like to enjoy the cultures and stuff, so I think you'd be better off doing it 2 weeks just in Great Britain, and then go back another time, do 2 weeks in Ireland and Northern Ireland. So I hope that helps out. What suitcase inside Lauren's brain? What suitcases would you recommend? We use Osprey backpacks, which actually we never use the backpack part of it. We just take out the backpack parts and use that as extra storage. They have wheelers. We do those all the time. We swear by them. They keep everything small and packed in there. That it's always carry-on size, so you don't have any problems. And they have guarantees that they stay behind, so that's nice. Let's see. Shay Jenkins, hey Mark and Jocelyn, 3 days in Budapest, 3 days in Prague. Is that enough time for both cities? Yes, it is. And we got some videos on those, and I got some new Budapest videos coming out to help you out with that, so you'll be okay. See, Cuppa, as a Scotsman, I'd visit Glasgow over Edinburgh. And this is one thing. Glasgow has actually improved a lot for tourists over the years. I remember when I first visited there many, many years ago, and versus now, I'm actually going back again next month to go see Glasgow because it has really improved, so that's a really cool place to go.
What's your favorite historical thing to see in New Orleans? It'll be my first time, and I'm going in 4 days. Much love.
Do one of the cemetery tours. That's really cool. And you can do one at night or you can do one during the day. I would do like a day one and a night one. Those are kind of fun to do. But that's really cool.
I love just wandering through the houses and stuff. Just the architecture is so beautiful. What was that area called? What's wrong with me?
French Quarter?
No.
Oh, the Garden District?
The Garden District. That's what I was trying to come up with. That's really beautiful.
So someone asked a question. Any general tips on searching? So Sasha Cartagena, any general tips for those looking at study abroad programs? I'm looking at a few different programs, different regions of the world, but I'm worried about the language barrier. Okay, you're going to learn the language when you're there, so don't worry about that, okay? What I do, it depends. Like if you're going for a high school experience, it can be almost anything because it'll be a great growing experience. If it's college, I usually recommend that you look for places that have classes that offer stuff that will help you get you to your degree. Because if it ends up you have to take another semester of college here, then that's not as good. So look into that and make sure the classes will transfer back. So that's one of those things there. But if there's ever been a country that's kind of inspired you, say, you know what, I'd like to go spend 6 months there or 3 months there or summer there.
Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
It's not always all about school.
True.
So somebody asked if you could do... hang on 1 second. Dag nabbit. Here. I screwed up the super chat. Can you visit Machu Picchu in 3 to 4 days? My 3-day vacay. Oh, that's funny that's your name. Yes, you can totally visit Machu Picchu in 3 to 4 days. It's very easy to do.
Yeah, and what you'll end up doing is flying into Cusco, and Cusco's got a great stuff with the Valley of the Temple, or not the Valley of Temples, the Sacred Valley. See, all the valleys get mixed up over time.
It's been a long day today too, and
yeah.
I was in the sun too much. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, but when you do the Machu Picchu, like Machu Picchu is lower in elevation, so you'll be fine with the altitude sickness. Cusco, you could have some issues. So if you fly in that first day, like the first day one, you're there. Day two, take the train which will be a little bit farther away, but get to Machu Picchu and do Machu Picchu on that day. And most people just come back that day. Then you fly the third day back from Cusco to Lima and out. So you can definitely do it. JK1776, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend.
All right, there was.
Okay, so Michael Williams, are inaugural flights more expensive? Not really.
It's just a flight to them, really.
Brig.
Oh.
He just slimed the entire table. Brig, it's over here. Come here.
Oh, y'all, 95-pound dog with a giant... I gotta get a paper towel, y'all.
Oh, that's nasty. Gross. That is nasty. Brig, sit
Come here,
down.
It's because I had a treat up there.
Oh, he had a treat, and he's like... Sorry, that spit. That's what he just did, like the entire. Anyway, sorry. You're the fun live stuff. Anyway, let's get back on here. So Allison Radel, driving from Munich to Neuschwanstein Castle, and he must seize along the way. This will be a day trip. A lot of people just go to the castle and come back. Fusten is actually a really nice town where the castle is. I would spend some time there to really enjoy that. And also, don't just see Neuschwanstein. There's another nice castle that's there. So, other things. Connor, that's in Zurich. Good luck with your wallet because you're spending money just being there. The lake.
Charge you for the air.
Yeah, they charge.
There's clean air.
They're very clean air. There's some really nice bars and restaurants right on the lake. You can go there to check out and just go out on the lake and enjoy some of those things. Some hikes you can do. Bahnhofstrasse, seeing the stores that are just stupid expensive. You have that. So there's a few things you can go see and do there.
Bauer, if you're visiting Switzerland and it's your first time, you only have a few days. Where would you recommend going? I like Lucerne.
Lucerne. Yeah, I would definitely do Lucerne. Let's see, Matt. We're in Tallinn for 3 days, and I just lost your thing. So 3 days in Tallinn is plenty of time to see everything you're going to do. I like going to Old Hansa. That's a fun old school restaurant. That's the one where they have like food from 500 years ago.
That place is really cool.
So that's cool. Michelle Scott, thank you very much for the super chat. That was really nice of you. Her comment is, I just wanted to thank you for doing what you do. We love your videos for Croatia. My husband are doing our delayed honeymoon next September. We did our delayed honeymoon 10 years later, so I completely understand. Next September there. We got married this May. Congratulations, and we appreciate you. Thank you, Michelle. That's really nice. And Croatia makes a really great destination. If you're going in September, the tourists have dropped off significantly, especially like the second half of your going.
And it's still warm enough that
you'll be
see and
you'll be
stuff.
plenty warm.
rocky beaches.
Yeah, so
but
bring,
beautiful beach.
Yeah,
despite the fact that they're rocky.
Yeah, bring some of those water
Aqua
shoes or
shoes.
aqua socks or whatever they're called. They'll be a lifesaver for you. So definitely check those out.
Stop.
But I think if you watch the video, you know that I said those like 10 times. Our dog is like...
You should just turn the camera so they can see what this dog is.
Oh.
Oh, no, he ran off.
He's like, oh, am I going to go play?
Yeah, I won the toy.
Yeah, he's like... It's like, you know how cats get with catnip? He's like that with this thing. Here he is.
No, it's... Oh. This is the dog. He's massive.
Yeah. And we've been playing with them all. Like, everyone's taking them out. We even have our cousin staying here. Our house sitter's still here with us. And he's taking them out. Caleb's taking them out. Liam's taking them out. John's taking them out. I went on them twice. 2 walks. He's like, no. It's like someone like...
You know what it is?
She got sugar?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. He's just wild right now.
Yeah. So, let's see. Hi, guys. I'm leaving for 8 weeks to Europe from Australia, and it's my first time going overseas. So, cool, Fly Moose. I'm just wondering, should I be terrified of a 30-plus day travel, and what's the best way to pass... 30-plus hour travel day. Best way to pass the time. So, Jocelyn, you haven't had one of those days, have you? 30-hour travel days? No.
I don't know. We've had some pretty don't ones where we're like...
Stuck for places, true.
Yeah.
So some things I would say. One, don't count on just your phone and your tablet to entertain you. Find a book you haven't read, and I would definitely get one of those. Get a book so you have something to read, because you'll burn through your batteries. Have a backup battery. Have your stuff with you. Have some snacks with you too, just in case. Because you just get tired of the. You ate the puzzle piece.
Well, I mean, I got it out, but
boy, it's like we don't feed you.
What is going on with you today, dude?
I don't know. He's like a trip every month in the food bill. So there is that.
Yeah, that's one way to save.
He's getting stuck.
Oh, they're getting stuck in his slobber.
So there is that. But real book. Have a backup power bank to keep you charged up, so you have that. Also, just realize it's going to be a long day, and it's okay. Those are just one of those long days. So, when we have long trips like that, that's when I get a lot of my work done, a lot of the research, and write out the scripts. So, if there's something you think about, maybe you want to start the Great Australian Novel, you can start writing that when you're on your trip.
Hi, Rob from Trip Packs DC.
The Rob from Trip Packs DC. Where is he? Right there he is. There. Hey, you guys got back from giving it the tour. Glad I made it to the live stream in time. Thanks, buddy. If you're in DC, our buddy Rob, Trip Hacks DC, okay? You're going to go. Great guy, great guide, great videos to help you out before you go, from the food, the sites, all kinds of stuff. I can't recommend it enough. And he's an awesome dude, so definitely check him out. TripHacksDC.com. And just put Trip Hacks DC on YouTube. You'll find him.
OG asked, y'all do laundry abroad when traveling, or you wait till you get home? We pack really light, so we always do laundry abroad. We actually have a video on different ways to do laundry and some tips for kind of doing it yourself. So you can check that out. And so we definitely do laundry.
Yeah. Even if you're only doing some undies in the sink, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
So you can save space. James Titko, thank you very much for the super chat. Best phone apps for traveling in Europe. What I would say is having the apps. If you're going to be traveling in Italy, I would get the Train Italia app. If you're going to be in Germany, get the Bahn.de app. Those are the train apps for those countries, and so you can buy your tickets that way and have them on there. So you don't have to wait in the lines to buy tickets and all those kind of things. You get your reservations. Makes your life so much easier. Always have a good map app. Google Maps is fine, but I find that their walking distances are way off, like way too fast. Like, always give yourself like 25% more time for Google Maps and stuff like that. For driving in Europe, I find Waze way better than Google Maps for driving.
Avery, I'm going to mess up your last name too. I have one of those. I love that everyone is helping each other out in the comments as well. Love this family. You know what? I love that too. Sometimes as they're flying by, I love to see that people are responding to one another and helping each other out, because
we can't get
what life's all about.
Yeah, we feel bad because we can't get to all the questions on here. That's why I like when people they'll tweet at us at Wolters World, or they'll comment with our Instagram at Wolters World, or at Jocelyn Wolters World, or they'll write us on YouTube or Facebook or emails, and we just really like that we can help out as much as we can. But you all helping us out over here, that is awesome. I love people helping. And that's
really great.
And that's how a lot of times we get a lot of our information. We'll ask people and they'll share with us, and that really makes
local people are on here. There are people from all over the world on this.
Wherever you want to go, someone can help you out. So
pretty awesome.
Yeah. Doe Cliff, is relocating to another country with pets difficult? If it's a dog or cat, no. If it's like a peacock, yes. Okay.
If you have a pet peacock, you might want to not.
Yeah, but I mean, it is true. Like there's actually passports for dogs and cats and stuff like that, so you can get a passport for your pets.
You do have to do stuff for your pets,
Yeah.
and you need to get shots and things like that. But it's all on the new country's website, and you'll be able to do that pretty easily.
Yes, as Sarah Phillips says, we love you, Rabbit Trip Hacks. There we go. Let's see. Tyler Cool Guy, do you fly on airlines international business class cabin to Europe often? No, we always buy
Almost
economy.
never, unless we randomly get some kind of
which we don't get anymore because we fly
Not-
Delta and they always have their one which you can't get
Delta
upgraded
one
to.
you can't be upgraded to.
Yeah,
Unless you're
so we never.
diamond
Yeah,
status
or
and-
no, even though I don't think they do it. I don't know what they do.
I think diamond status.
Well,
gets
it's
that,
never
but
going to happen.
We're not getting
I ain't
that.
spending that. That's insane.
It's a lot of money.
No, so we are economy people, and I actually like economy with an aisle seat way better than like a Comfort Plus with a middle seat. But Jocelyn will always take the.
I take the upgrade every time.
But she's just slightly daintier than me, but only in the belly. So, anyway, Travis Burns, thank you very much for the super chat.
Are you telling me my legs are as big as yours?
Yeah, your legs are longer than mine.
They're not as thick as yours.
Well, if you put both of your legs together, they're almost as big as one of mine.
You are my favorite human.
That's right. Lisa Parks, thank you very much for the super chat. Suggest on place to visit when pregnant. We've been to many cities in Europe: Rome, Paris, London, Lisbon. We're open to outside of Europe too. Well,
Okay.
It depends how pregnant you are, for one. Because
where you are in your pregnancy is going to dictate a lot. First trimester, you're pretty exhausted and you get tired pretty easily. So, go somewhere like maybe do a road trip where you're in control and you're seeing a lot of stuff from a vehicle and maybe not doing tons of walking because it's just going to wear you out even more.
Heat.
And
for the heat.
absolutely. But we're getting into cooler season now. So, well,
she
she's
might have the
pregnant
baby
right now.
soon.
Well, if you have the baby soon, if you are not supposed to be flying in the last bit of your third trimester, you really need to talk to your doctor about that.
Yeah.
Second trimester is, for me, I certainly felt the best during my second trimester.
Though you're
You're
stuck
not
on back.
well, not with the first one.
Oh, true.
And you're miserable in the third trimester because you're just so huge. But then I felt pretty good. Don't do a lot of rugged stuff. Like I wouldn't suggest like hiking and ziplining and things like that. But you're gonna feel better, and just be ready to there are bathroom apps out there, and you might need to get a bathroom app because you're gonna have to pee a lot more than
that's
you
a good app.
normally
I
do.
forgot about right there.
So maybe some smaller towns where you can just kind of meander, like Freiburg, Germany. With the healthcare,
and make sure your insurance will cover you and the
anything you
baby
need.
when you're out of the country, because some insurance programs, like the insurance we had when we were in Portugal, like the pregnancy baby thing was with the glasses stuff, and Jocelyn doesn't wear glasses.
It's super chat again. And have we been to Sedona, Arizona?
I think we have been.
Well, you've only just been the once when we took the kids to the
you used
Grand
to live over
Canyon.
there.
So I lived in Tucson, and we went to Sedona we went to Sedona and up to Flagstaff every year. Any tips? Well, it has gotten significantly more touristy. But it says if not any plans. Well, I always go back. But tips?
I got a buddy of mine that's moving to teach at University of Arizona. We can go visit them. So
yeah,
there's that. So the pooch's name, it's Brigadier. So he's a good boy. Hallie Martin, best place to eat in London and Dublin. Any place that's about 2 or 3 blocks away from where the tourists are, you should be fine.
And not Temple Bar.
Yeah, not Temple Bar. So you have that. Let's see. Oh, Calvin. Hey, I'm in Savannah with my family right now. We watch all of your videos.
Awesome.
Videos to prepare. Thanks for the info. Much appreciated. I'm glad we can help out.
Soon.
We'll be there. We'll be back there soon. It's funny because we have
friends.
one from when I was there last time, and I still haven't put out the don'ts of Savannah. So I guess I need to get that one edited together before we go. So, golf hotel, Toronto or Montreal for a weekend. I would go Toronto. I love Toronto. Toronto's awesome.
I like Toronto. It's a really cool city. And Montreal was really dirty when we were there. It wasn't. It didn't put the best face on a Canadian city.
Yeah, for me, if you want to see Quebec, go to Quebec City.
Quebec
City is that's my favorite place.
Best.
That's my favorite place in Canada.
That and PEI, but that's completely way off the other way.
Yeah.
Far away. So.
So let's see. Titus Kirkland, what would you recommend for someone who wants to live overseas? Be open to where you go. You might not always get to go where you want to go first. So you might want to be open for an opportunity. Because I know, like, I ended up teaching in Lithuania, and I maybe wasn't the first on anybody's list, but it opened up so many opportunities for me. And now I'm a professor here in the U.S. But it was being open-minded to where you go, because a lot of people think too much bubble water. Because some people are like, unless I'm in Rome, I don't want to go. Like, well, you know what? There's other opportunities. Maybe you're in San Marino instead. So be open to where you go.
Behringer Baker, I'm in Japan right now. Your video inspired me to study Japanese, and I now have a college level mastery over the language. That is awesome, and I'm so glad that we spurred you on to goodness.
That is
awesome.
So cool.
Congratulations on that.
That's that's just awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see, Adele. I don't have any good apps for Cancun that I can think of off the top of my head. Sorry. Son Thomas Moore going to Warsaw and Krakow for 10 days, doing a day trip to Auschwitz and maybe Wadowice. Yeah, that's a good one to do. Also, when you're in Krakow, you can go do the salt mines. That's kind of a cool thing to do as well. My 727. Will you visit Saudi Arabia? We will be there in the future. Don't know yet. That's farther down the road in our travel plans. So we're going to go some other places first. Thank you, Travis Burns, for all the kind words and everything. Jeffrey Bloom, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. That's really awesome of you. Jocelyn.
P40, is it safe to travel around Paris, Rome in wintertime with a 9-month-old baby? Well, guess what? There are 9-month-old babies in Paris and Rome.
Yep. And
yours will be just as fine as all of theirs.
And in Rome, everyone will love you because of the baby. Because though they're Italian stallions, they don't have a lot of babies.
Those grandmas, sometimes
everybody's like, babies!
Nonas will just take your babies and they will
they're like, you eat.
It'll be the only hot meal you get because you're in Italy. And they take your baby and hold it. They might just stand there and talk to you and jabber on in Italian, and you have no earthly idea what they're saying. Well, he speaks a little, so he does okay. And I'm just like, okay. I'm eating hot food. It's glorious. You'll be fine. And you'll love it.
You'll love it. Let's see. Some other ones. Oh, sorry. Jocelyn, is there countries you would love to visit, but you can't? Nope. Everywhere I want to go, we're going to get to eventually. I just haven't got to them yet. So nothing stopped us. There's just a place I haven't got to yet. Jocelyn.
Hi, Nikos Nico. Tikanis, I'm assuming. I'm making a big assumption.
I'm late, darn. We're still going, Nikos. Don't worry. You're Greek. It's okay. So there's that.
There is no such thing as Greek time.
That's right.
There is only Greek time.
So Doug Glatt, are buses between major cities in Europe dependable? Have you ever found any delays in departure times? Departures, no. Departures have been pretty much straight. Now, if it's late destination, arrivals might be a little late. I think it's Flixbus or whatever. They're doing pretty good. They've kind of taken over the European market. I've had a lot of positive things from my students that have gone on them, so you should be okay with that. Michael Williams, I think the worst airline in Europe is Ryanair. I don't like them either.
Guy that runs it is quite a character.
Yeah, go look up some of his quotes.
He's kind of hilarious.
He's got some hilarious stuff. Anyway, but one thing, guys, with Ryanair, pay the extra money to get on the plane first to skip the craziness. But I like EasyJet. If I'm going to go with the lower, I like EasyJet. I like Vueling for the low-cost airlines in Europe.
Okay, so here's Mr. Real American Values. I'm skipping Rome and staying in Florence for 5 days during August. My friend from France says I don't need to buy museum tickets. What do you think? I think your friend is confused.
Yeah. Well,
because there's no way I wouldn't buy them.
Now you can get some of them. You can get because the Uffizi is time tickets. So sometimes you can show up early in the morning and pick up tickets. Then my students were doing that in June when they were in Florence. And that was pretty busy time. But
you'll never be underserved by buying them ahead of time.
Yeah, and so you have them. And for the Academia, for David, if you can get them, I would just get them out of the way because. Why not? It's going to be the same price or a discount. Just get it done. You have it. And it's set in your schedule, so you don't have to worry about it.
And you may be able to skip a little bit of line time and things like that. If I can do it, I do it. If I can buy them ahead of time, I absolutely do it.
Yeah. No, not yet. I know, but you can wait. So we're keeping them from Fortnite. So we're bad people. Oh, we're not keeping you from Fortnite?
You just want to...
What are we keeping you from?
He just doesn't want anyone to know he plays Fortnite.
Yes, anyway, moving on. Jordan Walton, tips for a broke college kid wanting to travel. One thing,
some of those.
Yes, I have some students who do that. what I would look for is sometimes universities have programs that they're trying to promote, and they might give you discounts to go on them. And it could be a short-term, like spring break trip or Thanksgiving break trip kind of thing. Look for some of those because some of those actually get sponsored. Like I've had students that were going to India on trips for $1,000 and going to Israel for $1,000 instead of like $3,000 for the school trip to Rome or something like that. So look around for other things. Also, since you're a college kid, sadly you're not going to get the good ticket prices. You might want to look for some stuff for spring break. You might get lucky, but yeah, I mean, make sure you're getting your student pass, international student card, so you get some little price savers here and there, but not a lot to do. Inside Lauren's Brain, good to have you back. Thank you very much for the super chat. Any museums you would recommend in the U.S. or international? Yes, Prado, the Met, the Louvre, Art Institute of Chicago for that. Let's see, what else is
I
another good
love
one?
what's
Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle's cool.
There's a really cool one in Lucerne. It's a gallery, Rosenberg, I think maybe, and it's all Picasso stuff. But the woman who started it may or may not have had like a love affair with him, and it's like really intimate pictures of him and his daily life, a lot of photography and stuff. That one's really cool to me.
Yeah. Chaz Michael, have you ever been to Ohio, and how did you escape this place? Yes. I used to spend my summers in Toledo, Ohio and Sandusky, Ohio when I was a kid because my grandpa lived in Toledo and we had friends that lived in Sandusky, so I'd go to Cedar Point. So that was my excitement for the summer. So don't talk bad about Ohio. That was excitement for me back in the day.
Joe, what insurance company do you recommend? So you can get insurance through whomever you buy your tickets through. You can get travel insurance through that.
And there's other ones out there. I haven't found any that are better or worse than the other ones.
They all kind of offer the same thing about the same prices, generally speaking.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot. There's one company that a lot of travel bloggers recommend because they give a kickback for it. We don't recommend that one yet because we never use it, so I can't say what's good or bad. So just look around. We usually just go with the one with the airlines. My 3-day vacay. Thank you so much. You did it right. I did it right this time. I'm glad. Thank you, man. I'm glad we could help out. Let's see. Mike Walker. We're so close. Mark Wolters. It's like we were separated at birth. Any plans for future mother-son videos, Mark? Yes, my mom and I are going to Scotland next month sometime, and so we're going to be together, and we're doing a genealogy trip together. So we'll do some videos together for some stuff, and if we have good internet, maybe we'll do a little live feed from there too to give a little love, because we got to see my buddy Scott, who's in Edinburgh and stuff like that. So we'll have that.
James Maudsley. Favorite country in the UK to visit. So the kids and I were just having a conversation about like top 5 countries, and Liam busted out with Wales. He's like, "Do you remember how awesome it was to see the dark night sky thing?" That was
International Dark Sky thing. One of the few, like the 11 or 12. They just have a new one now. 12.
I have to say that like I don't know if it's my favorite, but Wales was probably my big surprise. I didn't think that I was going to fall in love with this place.
The nature there is unbelievable.
But it's so pastoral and calm and lovely. I just loved it. So, but I really love Scotland too. I think I liked places where I can just go climb and walk.
So, Jorth, have you two ever been to the northern part of Germany, like Sylt or Flensburg? I've had plenty of Flensburger pills over the years, but I haven't been to Flensburg. I've done like Rostock and over on that side over there. Some really Lublin, the really nice places up there. Hamburg, Lübeck, Lüneburg, Bremen, but I haven't been the very, very top except for Kiel. So we have that. Yeah, Bremen's where I'm going to die and be killed by a Strassenbahn. No, Strassenbahn. It's just Strassenbahn's going to get me. Yes, Bruno, Shank and I agree with you. Quebec City is better than Montreal. That is my opinion, and I'm sticking by it. Lewis Huler. Hey, Mark and Jocelyn, can you believe a shout out to my travel buddy, Mike Hunt?
Hi, Mike Hunt.
Hi, Mike Hunt. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Oh,
not
cool.
You got me there. You got us there, dude. Oh, that was funny. I just feel like The Simpsons. We just totally got
I am such...
You win. See, we're slow too. Guess we're getting slow. We're going to have to wrap this up in a little bit. Rugen, I have been to Rugen in Germany, Miss Ria. Okay, so a lot of people ask about what restaurants to go to. Look, asking about restaurants is tough because restaurants change so quickly. And a lot of people just go, whatever restaurant someone goes to, that's where I'm going to go. And there's some really great ones. Like we love in Paris, we love, Le Vache et le Cuisinier, the cow and the cook. in Momar. We love that. Yeah, but a lot of places we've gone that's still good, but a lot of places we used to go changed. So usually what we do is we'll talk about the food you should have, like the types of food.
Like the type of place to look for.
Yeah, so
that's
we
a
go
better thing
than a specific place.
Look for. There's Yelp reviews everywhere too. I want you to see that. I want you to read this.
Out loud?
Yeah.
Does it not have anything with Mike?
Well, no, you read it out.
Hunt?
You read it to yourself and make sure it's okay. But I think it's something that makes me very happy. So anyway, look for restaurants off the beaten path. Go several blocks from any kind of major tourist site, and look for locals. Like when you walk in, or you're looking at the menu, kind of tune your ear and hear what's being said there. If it's a lot of local people, it's probably a good place to go.
So, two proud lions. Mark, a while ago I asked you where to go in EU to propose. We're going to visit Cordoba like you suggested. Do it where it's the double archways, okay? Really cool. Hope you can come to MKE for Oktoberfest soon.
Yeah.
We'll get there, Vichy, and good luck. I hope she says yes.
I'm
excited
about that.
Otherwise, it's going to be an awkward rest of part of the trip. So there's that, but cool. Jordan Wallen, views on travel insurance, definitely get it. Krypton, should I visit Bamberg, Germany in the summer? Yes, it's a great place. We go there all the time. Really, really like it.
Trinity Sky, hello, I'm 18 and planning to
solo trip to Greece
in 2020. Do you have any recommendations as to where to stay? So it depends on where you're going. On Crete, we have some friends who run a bunch of things. It's called Microcosmos Creta.
Mm-hmm. They have some nice places.
They have a bunch of different kinds of places, and that's part of. They have really great service and great places, but they have a lot of different things. Where you can rent a big house or you can rent a small apartment, and they have really good inside information there. There are actually in Athens. When you're in the center, you don't have to pay an astronomical amount of money for a view of the Acropolis. You're going to be able to see the Acropolis from
sticking out your head from
many places.
It's like,
so don't think this is just my tip. Don't think that you have to pay an arm and a leg to see the Acropolis. You can probably see it from most places.
Yeah, Michael. Thank you very much for the super chat. And I'm happy I helped you fall in love with Paris, and I'll take that fault with me. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Kristen Paulsenberg, thank you for the super chat. Do you have any idea for things to see and do in Nuremberg and the surrounding area? We'll be there at the end of August. Okay, so Nuremberg has probably the best German folk museum. I mean, it sounds kind of cheesy, but it's really well done. Definitely worth going to. That would be one thing to definitely see. Okay, you can head to bed. I'll be on the side. Oh, I'm really loud. Okay, well, you can lay in my bed, in Mom's bed.
And shut the door.
And shut the door. And put the headphones on and a TV show on, and then it'll be nice and quiet.
I was going to put a TV show on, but I don't know how to.
Oh, well, I'll be up in a sec.
We'll be up in just a minute.
I'll leave on for this. So, when you're in Nuremberg, going up to the festival, the castle up on the hill is definitely. There's a toy museum that's worth going to see.
I'm just going to watch something on this.
Okay, that's fine. There's a toy museum that's worth seeing, but the folk museum, the German national museum that's there, is outstanding. Those are the things to do, and have some Lebkuchen and eat their little tiny sausages when you're there. Nuremberger sausages, you're going to have those things.
Jose Padron, depending on if it's Spanish or Portuguese. Jose. Jose.
Any information on toddler, young child travel European insurance? You have to get the same insurance that we do. It
doesn't matter if it's for kids or adults. It's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio, bless your sweetheart. I have an 11-hour layover in Chicago O'Hare. Is that enough time to explore the city over security?
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good call. So, with 11 hours coming back.
I think 11 hours you can get out and go see one thing and hurry back. No, you could probably go downtown.
Yeah, you can go down. You can take the L into the town.
But I would suggest, especially if your next flight is international, I would really suggest that you give yourself be back at O'Hare at least 3 hours before your next flight.
Because you have to go back through security, and sometimes it can be quick and only take you half an hour, and sometimes it can take you half a lifetime.
When it doesn't, it really O'Hare can really fail. So my thought is 3 hours from when you board, not 3 hours from when you take off, just to be on the safe side because O'Hare, oh, bless your heart.
So Brent, Island Window, surprisingly good museum in DC is the Pulse Museum. Seriously, actually our buddy Rob from TripX DC says the exact same thing, buddy. So very good call.
Hey Krypton, Mark has been to Blarney Castle. Can't you tell with all the stuff that comes out of his mouth? He's got the gift of gab.
You so funny.
Henry,
hey, Santa Fe, Dizzy Lizard. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. We'll be in Santa Fe in a couple months. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Henry, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Mark and Jocelyn, what are the chances of having a group trip to Europe with any of your fan subscribers next year? I think that would be epic.
We've had some people ask us about that. We have not planned anything. We'll see how it goes. If we do something, well, obviously we'll announce it to super awesome fans like you, Henry. So don't worry, and all of you watching, we would make an announcement about that. But we haven't planned something quite yet because we like helping people go be independent travelers more than doing stuff. But we have thought about doing like smaller travels, like 10 people, 15 people, like a smaller thing. So it's like we can all travel as a big like group of friends and family and stuff like that, and do the tour stuff that way. So we it's obviously been something we thought about.
I want to address this. Champ says, hey, Mark and Jocelyn, I watched your video on lounges the other day. What are your thoughts on having reward credit cards with lounge access? So there are so many cards with lounge access, and a lot of people on that video commented specifically on the Chase Sapphire card. And it does give you like a $200 credit back and all these other things, but it costs $450 a year. And you get great stuff like lounge access and stuff like that. And it's got actually a good miles to dollar ratio. So like what you spend and what you get back. However, you don't necessarily get things that for us are important. And it may not be for other people, but for us, like our Delta stuff,
early boarding, free luggage.
Early boarding for us is really important because we often just travel with our carry-ons. And we know we're going to have dedicated bin space. We also get a lot of upgrades that you're not going to get. We get free upgrades, and you don't necessarily get that with Chase Sapphire because it's not one dedicated thing. So for some people, it's really great. And I think, honestly, if I were a business person traveling all the time and I needed lounge access more, that would be really good. And not tied to one
company because we're going to have different stuff.
Because we can choose whatever we want, but somebody else may have to fly a lot of different airlines. Yeah. And if you're one of those people, then there you go. Germany Travel Personal Guide. Go Dogs. That's what it says.
Thanks, Darian. Krypton, Mark, what time of year should I visit Bamberg? I actually love Christmas time there, but you want to be there before the 22nd or 23rd. Like mid-early December is probably the best time to go.
Brian, hi, Mark and Jocelyn. How old were your kids when they started carrying their own bags?
They're like 3.
3. So we mandated that they carry their backpacks at 3 all of the time. It wasn't, down there was one. I think Michael Mann had a thing. I think that's what I saw. So anyway,
Go on. I'm waiting.
They had to carry their backpacks at 3. They also drag their own luggage all the time. Now, when you make your kids carry their stuff, they have a level of responsibility, and you're teaching them great travel skills and life skills. So do it as early as they possibly can.
Michael Mann, thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. I really appreciate it. Tosh T.
So between Michael and Tosh.
The legend is here in the house, buddy. Good to hear from you. So,
read the question.
Can Jocelyn recommend her favorite foods from Nuremberg? None.
The water's pretty good.
Yes. For those who don't know, Jocelyn is not the biggest fan of German food, which could explain why she looks like that and I look like this, and Tosh is giving her crap. Because Jocelyn's not a big fan of the German food. I do like it. So, I think she likes the tap water.
Thanks, Tosh. That was awesome. The one below that I want to answer to
Nico.
What country would you recommend to visit as your first time going to South America?
I would say Peru.
I'd say Ecuador.
So either one of those two. They're not that longer flights from the U.S. Peru's got Incas, the Inca stuff. You got really good tourism infrastructure. Yeah, it's really good.
I felt that way about Ecuador too, though. And
Ecuador's got more nature stuff when you're there.
Their tourism stuff maybe isn't as inundated. It's not everywhere quite the way it is in Peru, but it's still really good.
So, Brand Jabel, does Mark still have time for teaching, or are you doing YouTube and travel full time? No,
Summer.
Summer breaks, weekends, after I get home from work, notice these bags. I think this top bag is from the kids. I think this other bag is from all the other stuff.
I have them too right now.
Yeah, but you look fantastic. I haven't aged as well as you.
I should look in there more often and see what I
No,
look
don't
like.
look.
Jeez, let's not.
Yeah, it's bad screen. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Way back here, y'all.
Yeah. So actually, because I have so much free time, I've actually started our second channel, Professor Wolters, where I'm actually putting marketing videos and YouTube help videos up to help my students out and help other YouTubers and stuff like that. And this semester, I'll be putting out videos every week. Like right now, I'm putting out a bunch of videos, but every week you can actually go through and take the marketing class that my students would and have the lectures go through. So you get new videos. It'll be like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. There'll be new marketing videos for each topic, so you can go through the semester and learn all these marketing things.
And he's picking those days because the other days are new Walters World videos, and he might take Sunday off.
But we could do live.
Dude, my husband's trying to kill himself. Brett Downing. We have a 10-hour layover at JFK before we head to Iceland this coming weekend. I have enough time to go explore with Speaking Pizza and World Trade. This is the same, bless your heart, it's the same thing as going to O'Hare for 11 hours.
Give yourself plenty of time to get back,
Give yourself 3 hours from boarding. Be back at the airport 3 hours from boarding because JFK is at least as bad. No, I don't know. I've had less bad experiences at JFK than I have O'Hare.
Well, because we've flown.
But I flew O'Hare more than I have JFK.
Yes. So we'll get 5 more questions because Fortnite maybe FIFA guys are want to play online or something, so they're gonna get mad.
Jody on deck. World's best food.
World's best food. Bigly con Arna from Vicenza, Italy. Duh.
Avellino soup
from Greece. So there you go.
Or my kitchen.
Or
my yaya's kitchen.
Or Kraft macaroni and cheese. Made by me, not her.
Hot sauce.
Never.
Shouldn't you put hot sauce in your mac and cheese?
No, that's wrong.
Some Tabasco.
Wrong.
Texas
wrong.
Pete.
Wrong.
Sriracha.
Dude, that's sacrilegious, man. Just don't talk to me. She got my boys eating that way too, and now I just feel like I've lost them.
Because it's good.
No, it's not.
Face it.
No, it's not. So Jason Cooper, hey, I'm moving to Germany on Monday. Awesome. I'm moving to a military community. How do the Germans see American military? They see everybody like that. That's one of the things is military bases bring a lot of money to communities, and communities know that. So there's not as much animosity as you think you'd have. So there would be that.
But just remember that anytime you're abroad, you're an ambassador for your country. So be kind and be respectful.
And thank you for your service. That's all we have for this one. Sorry, I was reading another thing and I was going to read it. And I'm like, wait, no, can't read that one. Okay, Luis Hiller, it's getting late. Got to sleep. Love the stream. See you guys next time. Thanks, Luis. Appreciate it. Or Louis. Sorry. Or Louis, if you prefer.
This I've seen go by earlier. For U.S.-based travel, how far in advance do you typically book a hotel to get the best price? Have you used apps such as Hotel Tonight for last-minute hotel deals?
I actually have gotten deals on Priceline for last-minute stuff. Like when I would go up for Chicago for a meeting, and I got one night, I'm like, it's a last-minute thing. Or when I have an early morning flight. I've done that. I've got some fantastic hotels, but it's only for a one-night thing. For longer, it's because they're we're just trying to get rid of tonight's hotel room.
You know what? And it depends on where you're going, and what is going on in that city. Like if you're going to LA and Comic-Con is happening, you darn well better book
San Diego. San Diego Comic-Con.
I'm not comic-y enough to know, but no. He is.
Yeah.
So anyway, if something big's going on, then you definitely need to do it sooner than later.
Sooner.
And you may not get much of anything.
Because we were in New Hampshire, and we were there during the softball tournament, and we had a tough time finding a place. So you'll be surprised that you might not see anything on a community calendar or something like that, and you still might have a tough time. So let's see. Last couple ones. RS. Where'd RS's go? Charlotte has a better airport than JFK or O'Hare. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. 2 weeks in Bavaria. Do you think this will be too much time?
No, because you can do a lot. You can do a lot of
cities in 2
stuff.
weeks? No.
No, you'll be fine.
You
You'll
can
be fine.
you could do more than
That's
that.
for Blaine, by the way. Blaine, you'll be fine with your 2 weeks in Bavaria. You'll be okay. No, we have not been to Venezuela. Someone asked. I think this is RSS. We have not been. I'm not going to go right now. But if things cool down and
Just
get better, we'll
ketchup
definitely go
on
there.
cheesesteak. No.
No. So
But
Carlos.
hot sauce goes on mac and cheese.
No.
You're still my favorite human.
You can sleep on the couch with that. No, I'll be sleeping like in the kids' car bed, and they'll take my spot. But Rebecca, what's the best thing to do in Guatemala? You've got it's Tikal. There's Tikal, which is awesome. Probably one of the best, bigger than Chichen Itza in terms of the whole complex. Just amazing stuff. That's my favorite thing to do in Guatemala. But there's some really nice towns you can go see by the lakes, which is nice. Hikes and volcanoes. So there's some really cool stuff.
Pepper on mac and cheese.
Pepper on mac and cheese. I can put a little pepper on there. Boston, does being a fat, dumb, ignorant, stupid, capitalist American affect your experience to traveling? No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't. People are. If you're good,
Mark is
if you're
so
good,
not ignorant, dumb, or stupid.
If you're a good person and you don't troll people online, you'd be surprised how wonderful your life could be. And all those awesome people over there. So I think I will actually...
Calling out the trolls.
Yeah, calling out the trolls. But it's always bye-bye, dude. That's one of those things. And anyway, let's find some nice ones.
Oh,
Michelle
love
Scott,
all you
hot
good
sauce
people.
amazing on anything? Barbecue mac... Michelle,
Why are we on mac and cheese?
I don't know.
So sorry.
Because you see...
Bhutan. I want to go to Bhutan. That's my next big one. I rammed on about going to Rwanda. I got it. It was spectacular. And now my next one that I have latched on to is Bhutan, and we're going to do it.
So some other ones out there.
Is 1 week enough going to both Barcelona and Paris? I think you're okay with Barcelona and Paris. You do have one full travel day between the two, but I think you'd be all right if it's a 7-day week.
Yeah. Stephanie E., I agree. No hot sauce on the mac and cheese. No hot sauce at all. See all these people? They're smart. These are good fellow travelers. No hot sauce on the mac and cheese.
Roasting the trolls.
Yeah. Anyways, Timothy, have a good night, and they're giving me the death stare, so we're gonna have to let you guys go for a bit. But thank you so much, everybody, for a great super chat, and so all the super chats, but also thank you for just a super chat together. We really love doing these live feeds. And so this weekend, I don't know. We'll try to get a couple videos out this weekend for some celebratory fun. Just want to say thank you, everybody. It's been a great summer. It's been a great time traveling. It's been a great chat. Looking forward to keep doing these things. Wish you all the best. Happy travels to everybody. Good luck studying abroad for those of you getting ready to go, because I know a lot of people are getting ready to move, whether they're going for the military, or they're going for a new job, or they're going for everything. Wish you all the best. It's a busy time of the year. So
people.
Yeah, so we'll try to do a couple more of these and during this, like in August, to get some more help out there. And wish you all a fantastic evening, or a fantastic morning, or midday, or wherever you are. Thank you very much, everybody.
Be kind to each other. Even the trolls.
We wish you the best. And the one that got us for Mr. Hunt. Good job.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was awesome.
Kisses. See y'all later.
See y'all later. Bye.